Happy wife, happy life is true. And the reason it's true is because if the wife is unhappy, everyone's miserable because she'll make sure of it. But if the man's unhappy, everyone else can be happy. He'll suffer. He'll sit with no. He'll go to work every day.
Yeah.
He won't see his friends. He'll be miserable. He'll be depressed. He'll still pay the bills. He'll still pay the taxes. And everyone else gets to be happy. Men are good at suffering. Women are spiteful sufferers.
Happy wife, happy life became a thing because everybody knows that when women are unhappy, when something's going wrong and they're unhappy, they torture everybody. We do, right? And I'm putting myself in this, right? Because I'm a woman, right? So I have to own that there's a part of me does this, right? Hormonally, all of it. I'm just like, I am not a good sufferer either, right? I'm just not.
Happy wife, happy life is true. And the reason it's true is because if the wife is unhappy, everyone's miserable because she'll make sure of it. But if the man's unhappy, everyone else can be happy. He'll suffer. He'll sit with no. He'll go to work every day.
Yeah.
He won't see his friends. He'll be miserable. He'll be depressed. He'll still pay the bills. He'll still pay the taxes. And everyone else gets to be happy. Men are good at suffering. Women are spiteful sufferers.
Happy wife, happy life became a thing because everybody knows that when women are unhappy, when something's going wrong and they're unhappy, they torture everybody. We do, right? And I'm putting myself in this, right? Because I'm a woman, right? So I have to own that there's a part of me does this, right? Hormonally, all of it. I'm just like, I am not a good sufferer either, right? I'm just not.
I love my man down. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? That is the love of my life. I've never felt safer with a man outside of my father. I mean, we are best friends. We can talk about anything. Even our disagreements are like safe and healthy. Like it's crazy. And with all of that said, if that man ever crossed a boundary, I would never talk to him again. For those of you who are new here, I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances. And something I can tell you and something I preach to my clients is you have to be so comfortable with your boundaries. You have to be so firm on them that no matter who crosses it, you are willing to walk away. And see, the reason why a lot of y'all are unwilling to do that is because you're not comfortable being alone. You've been in relationship after relationship and situationship after situationship. And you've been the sneaky link after sneaky link and side chick or side dude after side dude. And because you're so accustomed to having someone around, even if it's unhealthy, even if it's toxic, that's what you prefer. Y'all have to get comfortable with being by yourself. Y'all have to get comfortable with being alone. Baby, let me tell you something. Outside of this relationship, I preferred being single. Real talk. I preferred being by myself because I was happiest at that point. I can move how I want. I can do what I want. I can be who I want to be. I can act in the ways that I want to act in. I don't have to worry about anyone. And I love that. I love sitting in solitude with myself. I love reflecting with myself. I love that self-awareness that I had with myself. And that's because I learned the things and I did the things that I needed to do to be comfortable in solitude. Y'all have to do the same thing. Y'all have to become comfortable with solitude. Y'all have to become comfortable with being alone. You have to like it. Because when you like and you love yourself and someone plays with you, no matter the capacity of the relationship, it is not going to be hard for you to say, you know what? I don't need this. I'm going to separate myself. You have a good life. Stay safe.
This man said, why every time I meet a woman, she's behind on her bills or she needs help with a bill? If that's something that you're questioning and it's bothering you, upsetting you, that you have to bring it to the internet, you don't need to be meeting women right now. You need to be focusing on yourself and getting your life together so that doesn't bother.
This is the equivalent of you walking down the street and a homeless person's like, hey man, can I borrow, can I have $1? Can I have $5? And you like, nah, right now I don't got it. And you're like, broke ass nigga. Me? I'm broke? Wait, hold up. I'm broke when you're begging me for money. And I'm like, nah. But you're a bum on the street. But I'm broke, I don't want to give you none. I got to get my life together. Hold up. I got to get my life together to help you get your life together. And because I can't help you get your life together, I'm a bum. But you're the one that needs to get your life together? Do women hear themselves sometimes? Like, do they, like, I'm gonna repeat this for you just in case I lost you. I'm a bum because I don't have the funds to take care of your life and my life. But you don't have the funds to take care of your life at all? That level of genjutsu does not work on me.
Every man that I've been with has always paid for everything.
You got a man now?
Not right now, no.
Why not?
Because I live in Miami, and I told myself I wanted to be single and learn how to properly love myself and focus on being alone for a little bit.
Tell me what happened in your last relationship. Why y'all not together?
It was a great relationship. I feel like finances became an issue. Like he didn't do so well financially.
Oh, listen, y'all hear that? Read in between the lines.
No, but he still was a great guy.
Whoa. I hear you. But I'm just saying, read in between the lines. When the financial trouble started with him is when you said, you know what, I don't know if I want to be in this relationship.
Well, he for me specifically, I felt like instead of him relying on working with me to make money when it was starting to get low, he chose to use his friends. And that wasn't a team.
You see
player
what
to me.
happens when your bag get low? And this is why I say
it's-
this. Let me tell you something. Let me give you my perspective. I tell dudes this, right? The reason I'm not going to do anything for a woman for a long period of time is so I know if she like me or do she like my money. Because a lot of people, they get married or they get in a relationship, and as soon as they fall off, the woman is no longer happy because they didn't really like you. They like the lifestyle. If I want a woman to like me, I can't provide a huge lifestyle for her because she might fall in love with the lifestyle.
Does a man have to make 7 figures to date me? Yes. In all honesty, I prefer 8. Just give you some wiggle room. Not because I want you for your money. I want you for the mentality that comes with having money. Not to say that all men in that tax bracket are good people, because they aren't. That's why your second character trait has to be for integrity. But you have to first have the money.
These are the same types of women that require a God-fearing man. Meanwhile, money is their God. The same type of woman that has a high income requirement for relationship, meanwhile, has a broke Tyrone in her call log that comes over anytime that she needs her back broken. For free, might I add. Their fixation on money makes them gold diggers. They'll try to hide from the terminology because they don't like the branding of it, but it's exactly what it is. Run from these women like the plague if you are considering them for serious relationship, and watch them from afar as they build their family of cats and dogs.
Men saying, I've just decided altogether to avoid women, that it's better to be single, guys. They're almost like happy about the fact that they're gonna make the choice to avoid the entire gender of women because they have yet to actually resolve the war they have within themselves.
It is not because they're fighting a war within themselves. It is because they found peace with themselves. And she was so close. She was just so close to getting there, because at least she's recognizing what men are saying. Because they're tired of the complaining, the double standards, the expectations, and the risk of losing everything that they've built. There is no unresolved internal war going on in these men. He just found peace and contentment on his own instead of using that energy and effort on someone else.
And Andrew Tate was talking about happy wife, happy life. And he was talking about how a lot of these ladies are spiteful sufferers. That's a lot of times because they're very emotional. And when they're in their emotions, they're moping around, they're complaining. And even if they're saying that everything is okay, which everything's fine. Many people in most houses take up talking about this issue. Maybe should I talk to them? Just kind of all day. Just don't sleep. That's fine. Stasis to work for a while. Talk to me. Talk to me. listening to, you can say this is not a great time to leave. I'm trying to get you. How long is it though? It's a good time for you. It's just what you're supposed to be doing.
I know this is an unpopular opinion in today's time and culture, but providing for a woman that's not your wife is crazy. Now, I know a lot of men, right, when they first start getting money, it's easy to want to spend and splurge and have a good time and spending money on different women, but that's how you go broke. And mature men understand that you only provide and splurge on your wife, Beyonce, or someone you've been in a long-term relationship with. In 2026, men have to stop investing their resources into women that they barely even know. Like, think about all the money you invested into flings and people that are no longer around. You could have put that money in the stock market, something that would have gave you an actual return.
When men are like, single women today only want men for their bank accounts and their good looks. I'm like, what bank accounts? What good looks? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, what is this mirage that you're feeding to me? Like, find me a man who's like nice and funny and smart and hot and rich. Like, find me that man. I mean, they do exist. They're men. What you're explaining to me is a man. Maybe he is a straight man and exists somewhere and he's probably married to some beautiful girl, and I love that for both of them, but that's not you. Usually the person that's saying that is neither hot nor rich. It just kills me. I love it. Single women only want hot rich men. I'm like, where are they? You're ugly. What are you talking about? It's crazy.
What are you bringing to guys that you can make these demands of them, right? She's basically saying these guys don't exist, right? There's no nice, funny, hot, rich, smart. Well, that's a lot to have all in one, A. Secondly, if you're going to be that picky, you better be, I don't know, are you like Cinderella or something?
You are allowed to leave your perfect husband. You are allowed to end a relationship with a really great boyfriend. The kind of guy that all your friends and family love. They say you're so lucky to have found him. He checks all the boxes and he really cares about you. You're allowed to end that relationship, because no matter how good he is, no matter how great he is to all the other people in your life, how much they all love him, it does not change the fact that when you get into bed beside this man at night, you feel inside. It does not change the fact that when you do the bedroom things, you don't feel passion. You don't feel like your body is singing and coming to life, because, by the way, that's what it's supposed to feel like, FYI. You just feel like you are going through the motions of something that you are trying to get over and done with. And you don't feel an urge to be close with him throughout the day. You don't feel an urge to be affectionate. In fact, you feel resentment. And that resentment is starting to spill out in bitterness.
Of course, anyone is allowed to leave anyone, but ladies, you better be ready to be the villain, especially if that good man you're leaving is your husband. And I'm just gonna say it, because most women cannot handle being the villain, which is exactly why women will make a good man out to be a bad guy. So on top of completely blindsiding her husband with divorce papers, she also oftentimes publicly bashes him in order to justify leaving him. And don't even get me started with what she'll say about him if they have kids together and she doesn't want to share them. That's the side of this advice that's really messed up.
My fatness doesn't devalue me.
Why?
So I'm an 8.
Why doesn't it?
Yeah,
why is it that your own assessment of your looks has nothing to do with how the external world perceives you? That's my problem.
I don't give a shit.
Right, because you don't care, so there's no real value judgment.
I don't care about other people's opinion of me.
It's
not more important than the opinion of I want of myself.
Yeah, it is. If there's a value judgment of how you would self-assess your own looks, the only possible conceivable metric I could even think of would be the perception of how other people view you for your value judgment of how you look.
And I was in a relationship for almost 8 years with someone who thought my body was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. I have been pursued by many men who think I am gorgeous and beautiful. That perception exists whether you have it or not.
Okay, so assume for a second I can envision a world where you're the only human being who's inside of the world.
And guess what? I'll never be the only one who thinks I'm hot, and I know that bugs the out of you.
If you're the only human being who's inside of a world, I can perceive that I can come up with whatever metric I want for myself, because I have nothing to compare it to. So if I have nothing to compare it to and I have nobody else's value judgment, then I can say I'm the most beautiful person who's ever lived, and that would be true. But if I have the value judgment of hundreds of millions of people to compare the standard to, and I know that I'm below that threshold and just decide that I'm above that threshold anyway,
I'm not the only person
that's not based
who makes
on
that
anything
decision.
Objective. You're just making up.
No, I'm not, babe.
Do you think that I will take your family's money?
Well, I don't know. Are you going to sign that paper?
I know her very well, and my daughter is not a gold digger.
Yes, she is.
And if that's the opinion that you guys have of her, then maybe she shouldn't get married.
Then that's fine.
I'm trying to understand why everyone's having such a tough time with just this prenup talk.
So you got some influence.
It's complete insanity. I'm not in it for the money. I love Sean and I want to marry the love of my life, but Emilio's standing in the way of this. We made a decision as a couple that we're not doing a prenup.
Well, if I don't come to the wedding?
Come on, Dad. You're my dad. She's my future wife. I want you both happy.
I'll be happy if she signs that document.
He's she.
If my dad doesn't show up at the wedding, it's going to be devastating. It's the most important time of my life. He's my father. I need him to be there.
You should just let us be happy and let us do what we want.
We'll see.
Really? So the dad is trying to protect him, and instead of listening and looking at reality, the modern world, he's literally saying, well, she's my future wife. It's like, are you stupid or what? You must be one of those special type of stupid, because it's happening everywhere. These women, they don't want to sign the prenup because they want to take half your shit.
You are allowed to leave your perfect husband. You are allowed to end a relationship with a really great boyfriend. The kind of guy that all your friends and family love. They say you're so lucky to have found him. He checks all the boxes and he really cares about you. You're allowed to end that relationship, because no matter how good he is, no matter how great he is to all the other people in your life, how much they all love him, it does not change the fact that when you get into bed beside this man at night, you feel inside. It does not change the fact that when you do the bedroom things, you don't feel passion. You don't feel like your body is singing and coming to life, because, by the way, that's what it's supposed to feel like, FYI. You just feel like you are going through the motions of something that you are trying to get over and done with. And you don't feel an urge to be close with him throughout the day. You don't feel an urge to be affectionate. In fact, you feel resentment. And that resentment is starting to spill out in bitterness.
Of course, anyone is allowed to leave anyone, but ladies, you better be ready to be the villain, especially if that good man you're leaving is your husband. And I'm just gonna say it, because most women cannot handle being the villain, which is exactly why women will make a good man out to be a bad guy. So on top of completely blindsiding her husband with divorce papers, she also oftentimes publicly bashes him in order to justify leaving him. And don't even get me started with what she'll say about him if they have kids together and she doesn't want to share them. That's the side of this advice that's really messed up.
It's hard for these women out here. Y'all got it bad. Women got it bad nowadays. Y'all got it bad.
I'm crying at a man saying we got it bad.
Oh, it's horrible for y'all. You thought if a woman was saying the perfect man, and it is not your opinion, just what you think most women would say the perfect man is.
The girls, like the stuff that you see people talking about on Twitter and stuff like that, people just want to, like, it's honestly very easy for men out here if you have money. Because it's just want money in this day and age.
Okay. So how many percentage of black men do you think got money? It's less than 6% across America. America that's in that over 100K. We're not even getting to the 200K. I'm talking about never been in jail. If we put that down, not if he's bisexual or into other different orientations. We didn't put that in there. And as a men you really got, you probably can only pick out 3% of black men out here that you can say, I want him. And you don't think the 3% of men know that I know? Like, when I'm in that, I know. I'm a unicorn at this point.
So what we're saying is we don't know the unicorns at this point.
And I think we need to stop going for unicorns, start looking for little horsies, some ponies. You don't need to go for unicorns. Not everybody needs that.
He said lower your standards.
Yeah, stop going for the unicorn.
You know, the guy talks about, you know, a little while ago, he's talking about men investing their resources into women, and the women are not their wives, right? You know, Kevin Samuels said something similar in terms of marry before you carry, and there have been a lot of women that come after him that said the same thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure there were women before that. I'm not even sure why you have to say that, but you have to say it in today's age. Stop getting with men that are bumps. Once again, we go back to 50 women getting with the same 6 men, him putting a baby in you, and now, surprise, surprise, those 6 men, same 6 men, have 87 children. So what I need you to do is to marry this guy before you carry. Well, I don't have to worry about this. You're too nonchalant. You're too flippant about a lot of stuff. And now you just ruined your life. And that's what he's saying for men. You're too nonchalant with your money, with your resources, stuff that you worked hard for. Stop giving these ladies, especially the ones that don't care. You haven't locked this woman down. Stop. And I understand, just because you marry them doesn't mean that, they're going to stay with you. What you're trying to do is manage the risk. Stop giving these bum women your money.
What is the most performative thing a man can do at the gym?
Leave me alone.
Probably take their shirt off and be all glistening and be like,
literally grunting when putting down like 15-pound dumbbells.
Okay.
Performative, like I'd be impressed with your performance if you wipe your down and re-rack your weights.
Is this really fitness content in 2025? Is this what you go to the gym for? To be arrogant, to film these condescending videos hating on men? And can you imagine if men did this to women? And if they do, feel free to send it to me. I'll happily call their out too, but I see so many of these red flag videos from women all over social media. This gender-based rage bait just to get some likes and attention. Keep that nonsense out of the gym. We don't need it. And as far as grunting, there's no man grunting when he puts down 15-pound dumbbells. And if somebody does grunt, so what? They make noise-canceling headphones for a reason. So get a pair and worry about yourself. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
I will on is that men don't want a good woman. They want a woman that makes them feel good. And you're going to say, what are you talking about? Men don't actually want a good woman on paper. They don't want you to make good money. They don't want you to be educated. They don't want you to have great credit. They don't want you to have a good body. They don't want you to cook. They don't want you to clean. They don't want any of that. They don't want a quote unquote good woman, because then it forces them to rise to the occasion because you already have all of those things. So now he feels pressure. Now he feels unworthy. Now he feels insecure. And he also knows that a good woman is going to leave him. And so every day he sits there and he has a fear that another man is going to come and steal you from him. So then he goes and he acts weird to you and he cheats on you. When I say that men want a woman that makes them feel good, they want a woman who they feel superior over. They want a woman who they make more money than. They want a woman who they feel like they're doing better than. They want a woman that they're like, who's going to want this fat, ugly, with stretch marks with kids? No one's going to want you. But that's why they want.
I have two main points to make on this one, and that is one, a man does not think that a woman needs to have a good credit score, a high education like a master's or doctorate's degree, or make a bunch of money in order to be a good woman. I mean, those are things that make her a responsible woman and an educated woman. It's kind of like an added bonus, but that is not what men want the most. Secondly, I know for sure that a man wants to be able to show off the woman that he's with. So no, he does not want to be with the woman that he thinks is fat and ugly. I honestly just think that it's weird to think that.
You're single currently.
I am single. I am very single.
What's it like dating in Miami?
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I haven't dated in like 3 years now. I don't go on dating apps. I don't really go out socially. I only came out because I'm here with my girls.
What made you take a step back from trying to find love?
After my last relationship, I just needed time to find myself first. You know what I mean?
And how long was your last relationship?
It was about 5 years.
Why'd you end it?
Well, my mother passed away, so it's a horrible subject, but I had a lot of grief and I don't think he could handle it. And sometimes that happens in life.
Do you think that he's responsible to take on the burden of your grief when it comes on to your mom
I think that we gave each other as much as we could during the time, and my mother really genuinely loved him. So even though we're not together anymore, I still wish him the best. I think he's happily married now, but
he's married now.
Yeah. I think a kid on the way too.
How does that make you feel knowing that?
Oh, I'm super happy for him. I think that we all go through tides in our life where we find people and then we move away, we shift apart. It's a give and a take. You know, I think that I'll find somebody maybe in the next few months, years. I want to find somebody long term.
If you could be a man for a week, give me the top 3 things you would do.
You know, being a woman, we've been going through some things with the men. So I want to see what would it be like if I was to give them what we really want.
All right, well, they would drag you so bad. You will see what it's like. You will see what it's like. But you said you wanted this.
I want to give us what we really want, just to see what it'll be like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All of the things, the whole thing, the whole night. Okay. So I do a whole lot of. I just want to see like how it feels.
So
like,
wait.
That's good.
So because you would fuck, right?
Yes.
So why do y'all us when we want to a bunch of women. Why? If you were us, you do the same thing.
It's different. If you're single, you can whoever you want to. If you're single, and like now, if you're in a relationship, that's different.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But you know it's hard to a whole bunch of women, right?
Really?
You gotta, it's a lot of money you gotta pay.
A whole lot of movies.
You gotta pay.
Look,
a whole bunch of movies.
It seems easy. Maybe
you gotta pay. A movie is fake. The girls say down here, they just want money for no. You know get in the club. You know how it is. You just just walking out with 10 whole. That shit costs. All right, cool. So okay, two more things.
Taking different girls on vacation.
Okay.
Just to see like how
it
is.
Just be a wild boy. I wish I could do that. So you tell me on vacation, they be like,
I'm sending you home. I'm sending you home.
Most men are unattractive. Woo!
Most men are deeply unattractive because of Mother Nature and something called the Great Scam. The Great Scam was the day that the male of the species convinced the female of the species that it no longer needed to prove itself worthy in order to reproduce and have babies. But the fact that the men are ugly says otherwise, right? They're not supposed to exist. They're supposed to be cannon fodder to the strong, attractive men who are worthy of having babies. So while y'all are out here being like, the men don't take care of themselves, that's why they're unattractive. No, you're a 10,000-year-old genetic anomaly. He's not supposed to exist, babe. Like, there's no amount of moisturizer and sunscreen that will change the fact that his great-grandma should have fucking swallowed him. Like, we are out here fucking and making babies like we're a goddamn endangered species, but the breeding stock is foul. And that's why most men are ugly, okay? They DEI'd themselves into someone's grandma's coochie, and now we are all forced to deal with the consequences of that. Sucks.
Before we point fingers, we want to take a look at ourselves and see if we're better than the person that we're about to criticize. Because she's calling men unattractive, and she's not the most attractive female. It's like, did you look at yourself before you make a video talking about most men are unattractive? I bet you did, but you just thought that you could post a video like this and a lot of people would just agree with you.
Men tend to become friends with women to sneak their way into a relationship. Okay. So this might be something that women don't want to accept. I think they innately understand it, but they will never admit it because they need multiple men. They need friends because let's say I say, I'm going to take care of you and I don't. Where are they going to go to? They need someone else to hop to. Right. So they're going to keep multiple men around for this reason. That gives her a little bit of security and in a sense to protect themselves from you not handling your responsibility. So they have male orbiters and men that are friends and these type of things. The men, he will continue to push. He will continue to text message her. He will be just a friend. And she'll be like, oh, it's just Johnny. You don't have to worry about him. And Johnny is positioning himself to be the fall.
Tierra, 43, Scorpio, works at a daycare, divorced.
I own a daycare. I don't work at once, Kendra.
Ooh, correct.
Wait a minute now.
You looking for a girl?
Someone successful. I cannot stress that enough. Someone about their bag.
What are your deal breakers?
Just a liar. Broke.
Should he make a certain amount of money?
Kendra, you gonna for this one?
Now she keeps calling her ex-husband a bum, right? Pay attention.
But I'm gonna say 300,000 and more. But when you have a man, he needs to be able to provide with or without you. If something happens to my daycare and I fall, I need him to be able to pick me up.
She's still looking at a man as an insurance plan. Meanwhile, never considering if she's what a $300K a year man wants. But instead of hitting her with reality, her 43-year-old 3X used womb is hit with delusion because, you know, Kendra's got a dating app to promote.
Okay. Did your ex-husband fit all these characteristics?
That's why he your ex.
Have you ever dated a man that fit all these characteristics?
Probably
not. That's why my goals are high now.
If there isn't a man that makes $300K that tries to date you, marry you, and all those things,
look at the hamster
are you
wheel.
okay with never having another man until you see Jesus?
I think I will settle, but I will settle with at least 200. The minimum is 200.
So 200. So if a man makes $200K, does not try to date you, court you, be with you, you are fine being single for the rest of your life.
I'll just date, but not take anyone serious and be married.
You have it.
Whoa. Meaning she'll give the cookie up to the low achievers or the bums, as she put it. Meanwhile, charges a higher price for those that meet her money requirement. First off, women that have this income requirement are struggling. This hyper focus on money and not the character of the man will always denote that they're broke and hence broken. But baby girl, I gotta ask you, even if the man was making $200,000 per year, why would he get to 40 years of age and choose you as opposed to a younger, less womb used, more in shape, less baggage and trauma version of yourself?
And I really hate to be rude, but Joy was talking about, because there was like a few women, it's funny because they were all in the same, seems like the same color outfit. I would be really impressed if a man were doing this, if he were working out like that, and yada yada yada. Listen, modern women, you guys, let me say this. A lot of these modern women, especially some of them, even in this, I think we all, every one of us has something to work on. And the fact that you have a lot of these ladies, a lot of these modern women out here, we all have a lot to work on. All of us.
Ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't pick 7.
I'll pick a 6.
Kate, what about you?
10.
Love it.
8.
10. 8.
8, okay.
I'll give my face a 10.
Okay, what about you?
I would say a 9. 1.
This is the most ridiculous numbers I've ever heard in my life.
This is actually...
Why
no,
would
go
I
ahead.
not
You
be
can go
able to
ahead.
say
I'll-
I think I'm a 9?
Because you're not. It's not even in any
are we
conceivable universe
are
in
we going
anywhere
off-
that there's
Hey,
alien
Gorlock
life.
said
You're
10,
a 9.
so
This is the most beautiful women on planet Earth are a 9. Where are these delusional? Come, I gotta have a smoke.
What do you think if you were in a room with a cross section of 100,000 men? What do you think they would rate you on average?
A 1.
9.
I would still think they would rate me an 8. Have lost a ton of weight. I do even though I'm a little more baggy, I actually have a pretty general preferred body type. I do have plenty of men who come up to me in places and find me attractive and message me, and I have followings on social media, and I don't understand why, just because I'm covered up. I have a very preferred curvy body type. Yeah, I would think I would be an 8 in most men's eyes. If they were all 100 men rated me, yeah, I would.
Okay, what about you, Lola?
10.
I lost the guy I love to Red Pill.
I lost the guy that I loved and cared about to Red Pill content. Before he started watching this content, he was a sweet, nice man who treated me well and was charismatic, funny. And the moment he started watching this content, he completely changed. He started calling women his whore skanks. He became very, very angry almost all the time. And then eventually he ended things with me because he thought I was using him for money.
Which you probably
Now granted,
was,
there was
like,
one
yeah,
time where I
honestly.
did make a joke about how I wanted an old guy to take care of me, and I quickly regretted it and said I was sorry. But I still cared about him. I would drive 30 minutes every day to see him. It wasn't just about the money. Because he's watching all this content, he thinks that all these women are trying to use him and all that stuff. And so he had a loving girl that cared about him and loved him and would stick by his side through anything. And then he eventually said this to me, and this was the final straw. Okay. Now, when I first started talking to him, not that it mattered, but he was over 270 pounds when I started talking to him. I did not care about his size. He then lost weight and then started fat shaming everyone around him. And today, actually, he said this to me. He called me a broke skank and then said that I would ease back on the food. Your stomach's getting a little big. And I've never, my whole life, had a man speak to me like that.
Oh my God, girl.
And here I was the week before going out, and I was gonna go buy him a present for his birthday. And for him to turn around and call the girl that cared about him and loved him a skank and fat, when he's like one of the only guys that I've been with. In the beginning, it was totally opposite. He would compliment me, tell me how pretty I was, and laugh and make jokes, and like, just this content, it just ruined him. And then I went on his page before we unfollowed each other, and I saw he was reposting like Andrew Tate and like David Goggins, and like almost all of his reposts were that. And then that's how I found out that he was in this red pill rabbit hole, and now I connected the dots.
You're my homeboy, but you're still a man, so there are things that I expect from you even though we're not in a romantic relationship. Let's get to it. Number one, if you are in the car with me while I'm getting gas, you are pumping my gas. I don't know why that one's controversial.
I'm gonna stop you right there. As a female friend, you get 0 special privileges. 0. You're the homie. You're the same thing as my homeboy at this point in my life. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you're a girl doesn't mean I want to treat you any differently than my homeboy. If I'm in the car with my homeboy and he pulls up to get gas, am I pumping the gas? No. What are you talking about? You can't expect me to treat you like the homeboy, but then also treat you like my girl. Like, I'm not doing that. This is what I'm talking about when I say women don't view men as human beings. They view them as, women put men in 2 categories, okay? 3 categories. You're either their father, their servant, or you don't exist. Those are the only options you got for women. You're either their father, their servant, or you simply don't exist in their reality.
I just feel like everybody's a girl's girl until they're not. Like you. Like you're probably, would you describe yourself as a girl's girl?
Yeah, I was getting there.
Okay, so yes, you are. Okay, so you're a girl's girl, yet you will take money from other wives' husbands just to pay your own bills. And you were kind of like, well, that's their fault for paying for. So there's this like double standard where we're like, oh yeah, we're girls until it just like no longer benefits us, until we can weaponize it against each other, against men.
Then what about women like me who've been a breadwinner in every single relationship, and I prefer to pay for myself?
Yeah, but what's your point?
Yeah, you can't just generalize all women like that.
Please be specific.
You just did.
No, I used a very specific
modern feminist.
I used a specific example for you, which was claiming you're a girl's girl, yet knowingly taking money and taking husbands away from wives because they're paying you. And I got villainized and demonized for just being honest. You're checked out because I'm calling you on something that you don't like. So you'll be abrasive. You'll be like, this is my opinion. But then the moment somebody challenges that, you're like,
no,
that's feminism. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
I was walking by a bunch of bars and I heard these guys outside spilling tea to each other. This one guy was so giddy because he's in a new relationship or something. He's like, yeah, she's so cute. She's so pretty. And they're like, oh man, you're in love. You're in love. He's talking about how she has the best smile. And his friends were giggling. They were giggling like little girls. Did guys do this? They were like so happy for him. Like, well, she's not like Amanda at all. Who's Amanda? I want the tea. He's like, yeah, she showed up to my house with wine and a charcuterie board. Bro, you actually value this girl for coming over with cheese and crackers?
Absolutely, men can get giddy over the right woman. And for sure, what you ladies don't understand, that a man's friends group are way more supportive than even women. Like, women get jealous, and men, that doesn't happen. Men will get motivated before getting jealous. And lastly, it is not about the cheese and crackers. It is about the effort. And if on top of that, she's attractive and she has a good personality, yeah, that man is going to be giddy.
Naomi Lynn, you were dating athletes.
Mm-hmm.
NFL?
Yeah.
NBA?
Yeah.
How many NFL players have you dated?
3-ish.
What teams?
I prefer not to disclose that information. Talk about
NBA players too?
Yeah.
These men, who I assume are in exceptional physical shape, are very high status given the nature of their profession, I assume are well off financially. Obviously, not all NFL players are compensated the same, but why didn't it work with any of them?
Because I didn't want to take anything seriously.
You didn't? You're telling me you didn't want to pursue a long-term romantic relationship with, I assume these men are, in terms of, if we're looking at their status or their wealth or, top 1% men.
Sure.
Not good enough for you.
I never said that.
Well, I mean,
I said some were casual. One relationship was like a year relationship, and we just didn't see eye to eye, and there were third-party situations that affected that relationship. So we mutually decided, we're like, probably not best.
Delusional man. just delusional. You really can't. You can't do it with these women. You really can't. You ask them to rate themselves. You have a dialogue with them about what they rated themselves. And then you ask them to reconsider. And then they come back with the same delusional response. Please stop it. Cut it out. You do not look that good. I think there might have been one woman in a clip talking about, well, I have a very curvaceous body. Men prefer it. Great. Have you ever heard of the term? Have you ever heard of the term? Butterhead? Butterface? Everything looks good but her head. Everything looks good but her face. That is a thing. And some of you guys need to familiarize yourself with it.